Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my Past and Future Readathon TBR. Yes, I am the weird person who is filming this early on the 6th or 7th of December. So one of the prompts is cutting it a little bit fine, but I wanted to pre-film early enough for the fact that the Christmas holidays are coming up and I want to get so much batch filming done that I can focus on the kids. And as always when I'm filming, you will hear a crazy cat in the background. This is part of the Past and Future Readathon. This is part of Novel Novels. I'm starting to think I should include my cat in my channel because she's part of every single video. Anyway, you guys all would have seen the announcement videos going up and I will link my announcement down below. And obviously I will link the prompts down below. Oh my god, my cat's going crazy. But I thought I would show you the books that I'm going to be reading for the Readathon, and I will put the prompts in the comments down below. We will all be, I think we're not going to all have our TBRs out on the same days because I think everyone wants to, most of the channel peoples want to put their TBRs up once they've seen what they've got for Christmas, because obviously one of the prompts. But like I said, I'm different, I'm strange, I wanted to pre-film. So, I did not want this to be a long video, but let me tell you the prompts and tell you what I'm reading for each of them. So, for the past prompts, the first one for the past prompt is read the oldest book on your TBR. That was easy for me. This book of love poems I've had on my shelf for a very, very, very long time. I honestly don't know when I got it, where I got it, but it's love poems and it's got poetry by... we've got John Doone, we've got Yeats, we've got Raleigh, we've got Shakespeare, Emily Dickinson poems. I'm trying to think of some people that we know about. Here we've got Sylvia Plath, Edgar Allan Poe poetry. We've got loads of different ones here. Lord Byron. See if there's any other ones that I know. Pushkin. I've heard of Pushkin, but I've not read any of Pushkin. Christina Rossetti. I know Charlie loves Christina Rossetti's poetry. Tennyson. Let's see if there's any of my Bronte ones, but I haven't seen that. It's got Percy Shelley. Oh my goodness. So there's lots of different poems by lots of different people. It isn't a long book, so I thought I would be gentle on myself with this. It's only about 200 pages. But what I want to do is I want to gradually read this over the course of the month so that I can read like a couple of poems a day. I'm not going to try and read it, bulk do it. But this has been on my shelves for a very, very long time. It's in part of my oldest books on my TBR video, so I'm going to include that. That's what I'm going to do for that. The next prompt, number 2 for past, is reread an old favourite or read a book by your favourite author. Now I thought I would reread an old favourite, and because last time I read this, it was one of my when I had the Circe by Madeline Miller, and it was Charlie's copy of the book, so I hadn't had my own copy. And it was just when I was starting off in Greek books. And so I think the fact that I've read the Song of Achilles and absolutely loved it, the fact that I've read a lot of other Greek mythology books, and obviously I've read the Percy Jackson books and things like that, I thought this would be a really good reread. And this is obviously, everyone knows about Circe by Madeline Miller. I would love Madeline Miller to write more books. All I know about is the Song of Achilles and Circe. And this is about the House of Helios, and who is the god in the House of Helios, the god of sun and mightiest of Titans. A daughter is born, Circe. Circe is strange, not powerful or terrible like her father, nor gorgeous or mercenary like her mother, but she has dark powers of her own, witchcraft. When Circe's gifts threaten the gods, she is banished to the island of Aia, where she hones her occult craft in casting spells, gathering strange herbs and taming wild beasts. Yet a woman who stands alone cannot live in peace for long, and amongst her island's guests, an unexpected visitor, the mortal Odysseus, for whom Circe will risk everything. Can't wait to read this again. It will be a really great reread, and I'm really excited by it. The third prompt and the last prompt for the past is bucket list. Read a book from your bucket list, or one you've always wanted to get to. You guys know I love Sarah Waters' books, and I've wanted to get to The Little Stranger. It's the last of her books. I've wanted to get to this for so long, and it finishes off all of her books. She's another one that I would happily love to see if she writes any more books. And this is set in post-war summer in Warwickshire. A doctor is called to a patient in the lonely Hundreds Hall home to Ayres family for over 2 centuries. The Georgian house, once grand and handsome, is now in decline. Its masonry crumbling, its gardens choked with weeds, its owners, mother, daughter, son and daughter, struggling to keep the peace. But are the Ayres haunted by something more sinister than a dying way of life? Little does Dr. Faraday know how closely their story is about to become entwined with his. I can't wait to this. This looks like it's in a film adaptation, so I don't normally read this copies. It is a chunky book, but it's one I've wanted to read for so long. I love Sarah Waters' books. I just, Tipping the Velvet is one of my favourite books ever, and I loved that book. And this one is just on my bucket list, and I'm super, super excited about. Next prompts are for the future. We've got 3 prompts for the future, I think. The first one is, this is the one that everyone's going to be waiting until they've had a Christmas present, and so technically it's going to be wrong, but hey ho. Newest edition, read a recent addition to the TBR or your newest book. Now, I did buy a couple of books this month. I've only hardly bought any books, but they are for readathons or Christmas books, so I'm not counting those. But this is a book I'm reading for a Love Tour book tour, so it's now PR products. It's a book I'm reading for a tour, so I have to read this in January anyway, so I thought this would be a good one to read for it. And it's The Liberation of Bella McCann by Catherine Aitken. She sent me this book, so like I said, it's now a PR product. I'm going to read it, review it at some point in January. I can't remember when I've got... Well, bloody hell, if I wrote it down when I've got this. But this is... When Bella McCann is released from 10 years as a sole carer for her very much demanding mother, she's desperate to leave Dundee and pick up the threads of her once high-flying career in London. 52 isn't too late to start again, is it? But fate and family intervene, and rather than speeding south in her trusty Mini, Bella's plans go awry and she finds herself living far from friends, facing an empty bank account and urgency of a new job. London and reclaiming her life seem more distant than ever. And then to complicate matters, her first love, Jem, strides into town, handsome, successful, and stirring up the tempest of emotions. But Jem's arrival is also the catalyst to unearthing a long-buried secrets, shattering Bella's view of the world and making her question everything. Can Bella negotiate a whirlwind ride of unexpected curveballs, love, and second chances to find her happily ever after on her own terms? This looks really good. But I'm hardly doing any tours books or tandem books. I'm really cutting back on them now. But this is one I really wanted, so I'm going to read that. So that's my one for that prompt. Prompt number 2 for the future. New Year's resolution: read a book that gets you off to a good start to your reading with your reading goal. I love reading contemporaries. I'm not having any set reading goals, but I do want to read books that make me feel good. And this is a book that I'm really excited about, and this is Love Untold by Ruth Jones. It's about sisters, it's about family, it's a book that I really think, and it's got balloons, it's just filled with warmth and wisdom, and I really want to read books filled with warmth and wisdom. Grace is about to turn 90. She doesn't want parties or presents or fuss. She just wants a quiet celebration. Her daily swim in the sea, her cup of tea with her granddaughter Ellen and great-granddaughter Becca. More than anything, she wants to heal the family rift that's been breaking her heart for decades. To do that, she must find her daughter Alice, the only person who can put things right. But 30 years is a long time. So many words have been left unsaid. So is it too late to heal the part? Pain in the past, sorry. Excuse me. I loved Us Three by Ruth Jones. Never Greener got to me a bit, but I have heard great things about this book, so I waited for it. And it's a book that will really get me off to a good start for the year. And also it's a pink book, so I kind of like the idea. I've got 2 pink books. Alice is going to love that, isn't she? She loves teasing me about me and my pink books. So, the next one for the try something new, pick a read using a colour wheel. So, just so I didn't cheat, I did a colour wheel while I was on a Zoom chat with Danny from Danny's Book, well, one of the other hosts. It's a, I will, if anyone wants the colour wheel, it's a colour wheel that Charlie sent me. So I will send anyone how to do it. And the colour wheel picked blue. So I had, in my eyes with the colour wheel, I picked a book that had blue on the spine and blue on the front cover. And it's also a book to get me off to a good start. This matches so many of the prompts. And this is Reputation by Lex Croucher, which would actually match one of the either or prompts. But it's beautiful. I read by Lex Croucher, Gwen and Art Are Not in Love. This series, Katie from Books and Things has loved, and I love Katie's. Me and Katie have got very similar tastes. So I was kind of saving this for Jane Austen July because it's set in that sort of era. but I couldn't wait any longer. I wanted to read this. It's one of my newest books on the shelf as well. And this is Regency got a little bit more rebellious. Abandoned by her parents in favour of a sea view, middle-class Georgiana Ellis has moved from a new town to live with her dreary aunt and uncle. At a particularly dull dinner party, she meets the enigmatic Frances Campbell, a wealthy socialite and an enchanted member of the in crowd. Through Frances and her new friends, Georgiana is introduced to a world of dinner parties, drunken debauchery, mysterious young men with strange, alluring hands, and a sparkling upper echelons of Regency society. This looks good. Slight problem. It is bloody big. It's over 400 pages, but it's another one that I'm really, really excited about to get to the start of the year with. Now to the either or prompts, which is the new set of prompts we're doing this year. Pardon me. Series. Right, the first one is series sort out, continue a series or start a new one. Technically, that one counts for that. And there's other books on my shelf that count for this. But I wanted to carry on with the series I started last year, and I wanted to get the whole series before I continued with it. And that is the Becky Chambers Long Way to Planet, Small Planet, Angry Planet, I think it is. I decided I wanted to carry on with that series, so I'm going to finish off that series this year because I've got the rest of the books. So I now need to read the second book in the series, and that is A Close and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. This was the winner of the Hugo Award for Best Series. I think this I got when we went out to London, and the lovely Alice let me buy this because she nearly bought it and I got it. So I've now owned the whole series, so I'm going to, now that I can continue with this series, I'm going to, and finish this over the course of the year. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do a series video in January. Let me know down below. I'd love to know if you want me to talk about series that I'm starting, series that I'm continuing. A series sort out maybe, yes, Chatty from the Mad Chatter. She does like a series sort out videos. I might do a series sort out for 2024 rather than series to read, because that way I can talk about the ones I'm carrying on with. So here we go. So obviously, excuse me, all of these books apparently are very much of individual standalone books, but that have characters from different books in them. So this one's got Lovelace, who was in the first book. Once Lovelace had eyes and ears everywhere. Had eyes and ears everywhere. She was the ship's artificial intelligence system, possessing a personality and in very human emotions. When her ship was badly damaged, Lovelace was forced to reboot and reset. Now housed in an illegal synthetic body, she's never felt so isolated. But Lovelace is not alone. Pepper, an engineer who risked her life to reinstate Lovelace's program, has remained by her side and is determined to help her, because Pepper knows a thing or two about starting over. Pepper was born Jane 23, part of a slave class created by a rogue society of genetic engineers. At 10 years old, she had never seen the sky, but when an industrial accident gave Jane 23 a chance to escape, she jumped at the opportunity to leave her captivity. Now recreated as Pepper, she makes it her mission to help Lovelace discover her own place in the world. Huge as the galaxy may be, it's anything but empty. Oh my god, this looks like just as good as the Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. This looks flipping amazing. I know Jem from Gemma Books loves this, and I just can't wait. Sorry, I've got a cat viewing me. But yes, that is one I'm super, super excited about. So, prompt number 2, the last prompt and the last book. Book Buddy, have a friend choose your book. Now, I could have gone for Charlie from Charlie Book Reads, my sister, but actually I decided to go for another BookTube bestie, Danny from Danny's Book World. So we have quite similar tastes, not always, but pretty much. Actually, she's my BookTube twin. We have got so many things in common. It's freaky. We've just got health things, everything. She's just like the Scottish version of me, but she's nicer. She's way nicer than me. But I got her to pick my book, and she picked The Girl You Left Behind by Jojo Moyes. Now, Jojo Moyes is another book author that I absolutely love. I've loved a lot of her books. And this one is one I think I got recently-ish. Whatever Happened to the Girl You Left Behind? In 1916, French artist Eduardo Lavire leaves his wife Sophie to go and fight on the front. When her town falls into German hands, Eduardo's portrait of Sophie starts to stir the heart of the local commandant and causes her to risk everything, her family, reputation and life, in the hope of seeing her true love one last time. Nearly a century later, Sophie's portrait is given to live by her young husband, shortly before his sudden death. Its beauty speaks about their short life together, but when the painting's dark and passion-torn history is revealed, Liv discovers that the first spark of love she's felt since she lost him is threatened. The girl left behind is two young women separated by a century, united in the determination to fight for the thing they love the most. It looks brilliant. But again, thanks, Danny. It's over 500 pages. Little madam, I will get to her one day. I'm joking. I love Danny. But anyway, those are the books that I'm reading for my TBR. I forgot to say in my announcement, we have got the hashtag the Past and Future Readathon, which I'm linking down below. I will link all the channels down below, and I will link the prompts down below. Because it's my readathon, I'm going to be organised. If you guys do TBRs, let me know down below. I would love to see them. If you guys do anything on social media, again, link all our channels. Do what you want. It's going to be a fun readathon. I can't wait to do the sprints, which we'll let you know in the community tabs. And let's have fun. Let the Past and Future Readathon go with a bang and it'd be explosion, because it's something I look forward to every flipping year. And if you got to the end of this video, leave me a cock emoji, because it's past and future and we've got all our thingies. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and not subscribed yet, bring on my ding-a-ling. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.